Hi everybody, here's Krystjan from TeamworkCast.
And this is Andrej from the Metropole Grid.
And this is Netrunner TeamworkCast. This is 8th of November in Aachen. This is the Euregio 4 tournament. And this is the final round of Swiss, the 6th round of Swiss. And this is the top table. And on the left we have Guybrush, who has been featured on the top table for so many times now. He has accumulated quite a lot of points. And on the right, it's me.
Hey.
Yes, it's me. I'm playing Andromeda. And not too many Andromedas recently around.
No, she's, I guess, kind of fallen out of favor, but I think it's still Andy. Andy's still good.
Yeah. So how about you, Andrej? Welcome to the show, by the way.
Oh, hey, thanks so much for having me. This is really cool.
So have you seen any Andy's legendary in your metas?
Andy's, no. I think Criminal is coming back in my meta.
Yeah.
My meta is Montreal, but it's a lot of I don't want to say more interesting, but the newer stuff, right? Like Geist is being played a lot.
I haven't seen him too much in my meta.
Really?
Interesting.
I don't know. It could be a local thing. I know in Montreal, people play some weird stuff, actually pretty competitively too. But I've also seen a lot of Leela. DLR Leela is a thing now.
Yeah. I tried her, but didn't work for me.
I don't know if you played it. Breakerless DLR Leela is legitimately a problem.
I heard that she can be vicious. DLR is generally a problem that is sweeping the meta right now because, of course, this was exactly the same day that the Worlds took place.
Oh, okay. So Data and Destiny is out?
Yes.
Did that change Andromeda at all?
I don't know. I didn't have any cards from Data and Destiny in my Andromeda deck here.
Okay.
By Guybrush here is playing HB, and he HB EtF, and of course we know that the foot codes is very popular these days.
That is a good agenda to add to HB.
It is. So let's see how this works. He installs a card in front of R&D, which is a good choice. Probably going to see something from HQ, unless he wants to get account siphoned.
Right.
And getting a credit.
Now the question is, which one of those two ice is the architect that you're going to run into?
Ooh. He actually doesn't get a credit. He actually installs a card. Wait a minute. How does he have 7 credits now?
ETF. You get a credit for being ETF?
Yeah, but that should be 6, right?
One for install. Oh, yeah. Hey, you're right.
Cheating already.
Cheating already. Okay.
It's been a long day, folks.
Yeah, this is the last round, so stuff like this happens. Andy's going to get a good start already. Sure gamble. You got some draws set up, and you do have the security testing, which is already pretty good with that asset just hanging out.
Yep. Yeah, it would be great to have the Desperado, though. I clearly don't have a Desperado, so this is really painful for me.
Even a Dirty Laundry, maybe you hit that Adonis, but are we going stealth?
We are going to go stealth. Again, something I don't like to do in the first round. I think I don't have a really good start here right now.
Okay. I don't know, did you take the mulligan?
I think I did. We're going to have like a display if I did the mulligan, but I think I did.
Right. Okay.
Because I usually mulligan for Desperado, and if it's not there, then that means I probably had a bad mulligan.
Well, if you did have a bad mulligan on the other side, it looks like Jackson, turn 2 to draw, probably means the same thing on the other side.
Yeah, he also gets credits.
Yeah.
So now I can security test the Jackson. Let's see if that's going to be enough to pop it.
So that token, there's your security testing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I decided to put it on archives because I really wanted security testing to trigger.
Yeah, because Jackson, you just pop it and everything falls apart.
Yeah, so I'm low on money, just 4 credits, and I don't have a Desperado. I really want to get it to security testing. Yes, and
Hey!
Dirty Laundry there, so at least I get some value out of the Dirty Laundry. I never like to do the Dirty Laundry without any kind of additional effects that trigger of it.
Yeah, it's just an easy mark at that point, which is...
and it's bad easy mark, even.
Bad easy mark. Let's see if that's the architect. Murphy's Law says it's usually the architect, but no res.
It's not the architect. Getting an access, going on HQ too. Is there an upgrade there?
I think there is. It's probably Krystian. I guess you'll have to access that at some point.
All right, so that's going to be Turing on HQ, interestingly.
So Refractor? Are you running Refractor?
It's with Stealth Suite, so yes, there is a Refractor.
So you're doing full stealth. So that Turing is only going to be 1 credit to break.
Yeah, I think that tells me that Guybrush didn't really have a good start either.
Yeah, I guess you just have to put something out for the siphon, right?
Yeah. So you had to put something in there. The Turing is really not an ice that you want to have in HQ, at least not against a regular breaker suite. I mean, maybe against like a AI breaker suite. That makes sense. All right, so Guybrush mandatory draws, and I think there's other thing. There's also no economy from Guybrush so far. All right, getting the credit. And let's see what happens now. Lots of thinking going on. Getting the credit with the last click. and I have to discard a lot of cards. All right, so I security tested the archives, and let's see if I'm going to actually run there. Wait a minute. I forgot to do the Earthrise Hotel, to draw the 2 cards with Earthrise Hotel. So I installed John Masanori, and now I'm doing another dirty laundry on the archives, getting all the value from this one. Alright, so John Masanori draws me a card, and I got additional... Oh, actually, Guybrush uses the Jackson Howard to shuffle some cards back in. Alright, so yeah, Guybrush made a mistake here. Again, it's very late. He tried to Jackson Howard in, but I said, like, this is just security testing right now.
Oh, so you don't have to, right?
It's no afterwards. But now that he tried to do this, it tells me that there's some agendas in there. So I run normally on archives.
And Jackson goes away.
Just to force the Jackson pop, and I get out the refractor to threaten the HQ.
Perfect. So now he has to respond to that. Another piece of ice is going to have to be on the HQ, otherwise that siphon will come in. And without any assets, that's going to be a really heavy siphon.
Well, he does have an upgrade there, so maybe that's going to be a Krystian.
Oh yeah, I suppose that is a Krystian. But even just making him spend... Oh yeah, well you just run and trash it, right?
Yeah, and I need the money for this. Although I am at 10 credits, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, with the security testing, hopefully you do get that... get the Desperado sometime soon. You running 3 Desperado, I take it? 3-core set?
Yes, still don't see any Desperado, although the Earthrise Hotel is usually like a good guarantee for Desperado to pop up eventually.
Right, so with all those resources set up, I take it you can't float tags.
No, usually I want to avoid this, although sometimes I get like the corporation so far behind economically
that it doesn't matter.
I can't afford, like they can't stop me even then. Oh, there we go, the Desperado.
Hey, now we're good. So now you're getting 3 credits and a card draw for every run into archives, which is massive.
And that's what I'm doing right now. It's still secure tested here. And getting a card draw, 3 credits, it's so great. That's such a good machine. And Guybrush apparently has a second Jackson out, so he's still looking for the pieces that he needs.
Yeah, so HQ is probably all agendas? Or I don't know what else it could be, because you could install those assets. It's not like you can really deny the security testing at this point.
Yeah. I'm trashing the Jackson here. He doesn't use a Jackson.
Right.
So I can get rid of it for just 2 credits.
Yeah, Desperado is pretty good with trashing assets.
And a second security testing now.
Ooh. So security testing, if you put both on the same server, it doesn't work. But 2 on different servers, that's kosher.
That's work, yes.
Right.
But if you put both on one server, then just one of them triggers, and the other one never triggers again.
Because it's the first time, yeah, of course.
Yes. Yeah. But it's okay. Sometimes you want to park them somewhere so they're out of the way because you don't need the money. So that's when you put them everything on archives or something like this.
It looks like Guybrush is going to patch up that the hole in the archive. So now with those 2 security testings, there's not that much to get you free credits off of, and any run potentially could get you a tag.
That's true. Yeah, but I'm not too worried about this. I do have enough money. I just want to make sure that I don't run on the last click.
Right. So have you seen any of the new scary ice that people are putting into their versions of food coats? I know Assassin can be a thing.
Yeah, that's true. Like this could be very painful. He does have the money to res an Assassin. I don't know if he has it.
He might, but it's just 7 to res. But with Andy, you do have the links, so the traces are not as bad as they could be.
That's true. And I do have the money to fight the trace. Mm-hmm. So maybe I can like fight one of the traces. That would be great. But generally, like Assassin is not really a great card against the kind of stealth kind of Andy, because with a Switchblade you can break the Assassin for 2 recurring credits.
Right. So that's
7 to res.
That's the only problem that you could face with installing that Ghost Runner turn 1, is that to beat stealth, you really need to build your servers in a certain way. You have to stack. You have to stack all the sentries, and eventually it becomes unmanageable.
That's true, yeah. But it's very difficult to put this up, and it costs a lot of money to make. And even if you make one server not runnable, then another one will be runnable still.
Yeah, exactly. It's criminal. So what is it going to be? HQ? Then you don't have a scoring server, and R&D is open, so on and so on.
Yeah. So I did a security test on R&D, and he didn't rest the ice in front of this. So this is interesting. That's either maybe I already have a solution for this ice, or he doesn't want to commit right now.
Right. I think you're just still getting really lucky on the architect so far. Normally, every card face down on HB side of the board is an architect until revealed and proven otherwise. It is a quantum problem.
All right, so I installed a new card there. I did drive by that card. That is going to be a Sexy Bots.
Yeah, Sexy Bots in the trash. Drive-bys, I still haven't seen people playing around drive-by. Nobody expects it, which is strange because it's maybe a 2 of in a lot of criminal decks.
Unless they expect it and then they overact. Like once you play the first drive-by, suddenly they res even that, upgrades on centrals and stuff like that because they're panicking and they don't know how to deal with this.
Drive-by can't work on centrals. Centrals are actually okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't work on the centrals, but they panic and they do it anyway.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I guess you know what you're dealing with at that point.
Yeah, that's really great. It gives you free information. Yeah. All right, so get out another silencer here, or my first silencer. So my stealth credit suite is building up nicely. Here's the third Jackson Howard.
Wow. So I don't know. Usually when I let the runner trash to Jackson Howard, it's because I have another one in HQ.
Yeah.
So maybe that was a long time coming. All that ice is stacking up pretty well. With your Switchblade out, right now you have a pretty efficient rig.
I don't have the Switchblade yet.
Well, once that shows up, you're good to go.
I think here's coming up because it's a special order, and I think we're going to see the Switchblade. So my rig is going to be finished now. I have enough recurring stealth credits, so I can start poking on things, and it will be probably very cheap for me to break those things.
Is there any other programs you're looking to install, a Sneak Door? I don't know if you have the MU for that sort of thing.
No, I don't. Okay. So that's the problem with stealth. It kind of fills up your MU. I do have some additional cloaks, and I have one data sucker in here.
Okay.
Which is kind of like a cheap stealth credit.
It does help.
It's really great with Switchblade, I feel, because if you can get something down to 0, then you break it with 1 stealth credit.
So the real good synergy between security testing and stealth credits is that you can transfer your stealth credits into real credits.
Yeah.
By running on a server and spending no money to break it, no actual money, which is a really strong economy engine.
And as we said already, it's very difficult to create servers that are stealth proof or that make stealth that tax a stealth runner.
Yeah.
So if they try to prevent your security testing, they will just bankrupt themselves.
Perfect. And with that Desperado, I think the runs will actually start to make you money at this point, and things are looking a bit grim for HB. What's your game plan at this point? Now you have a board state.
I don't know. Like now, I want him to rest stuff. I want probably at some point to land an account siphon. He has a lot of money. Okay. I did poke on the Jackson, so the Jackson has been used. And so now I want him so far I was able to basically avoid all of his economy, like big asset economy. So I want to be avoided, destroying all asset economy if I see it.
Are you worried about fast advance? I think I've seen some food codes variants that run some fast advance, some just glacier.
That could be, but okay. I so far I was busy setting up. And now that I'm set up, I can do some really destructive runs. All right. So there's a preemptive.
Well played. Yeah, that'll do it.
Preemptive Ash there who wants to avoid the drive-by. So
do you think there's an agenda, maybe a 2-pointer in that server with the Ash, or maybe just a Caprice?
I don't know what it is, but I might count siphoning.
Hey, count siphoning will always work. It looks like
it's going to be expensive either way. All right, so that's an EG 2.0.
2.0, which is free. You break for free.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. And the refractor is only 1 credit, and looks like that's actually a Caprice on HQ. That is real defensive.
Interesting. All right, so I'm breaking this with 2 recurring credits and a normal credit for the Turing, and now we're going to play the Psy game.
Do you have any idea what you'd bet?
I don't know. At this point, it's just I want him to spend things. And with the EG 2.0, he did spend a lot of money.
That's true.
So I bet 0, I think.
Yeah.
And he bet 1. He's down to 1 credit, as you can tell.
You can go one more time. Oh, I guess you don't have enough.
Now that I get a tag from John Mazanori because the run was unsuccessful.
Ooh.
But he doesn't have the money to really do damage with his tag, so I don't think I'm going to actually try to remove the tag. Let's see about that. Now with just 1 credit, I can run on the server.
Yeah, now Ash is not that big of a deal. Would you beat the Trace or just come back?
I think I'm just going to kill the Trash. I don't have to come back because I know if it's an agenda, he cannot score it.
Right.
So I'm just going to kill the Ash so I can run next turn.
Okay, and you will, I guess, yeah. If you run anyways,
I'm going to actually run again.
Yeah, you
now.
get a Desperado credit. I don't see why not.
Yeah. So when I run again, I think that was not sure what it was. It was probably some kind of sexy bots campaign, or maybe ETH campaign. And again, I see he has no money, so he can't rest this campaign. So there is no hurry for me to rest this, to kill this.
So that's the problem with putting Caprice on HQ, is that if he doesn't have a way to make burst econ, you can just keep coming back once returned, make him spend at least 1-2 credits. Actually, probably not the best idea, but it's annoying.
Yep. So he puts another card in that server and gets some money, I guess.
Yep. So that could be a break or bay grid, which is the easiest way to get an EVE online.
I don't know. I think if that was, maybe he would have rested already.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Well, it has to be an upgrade, right?
Yeah, it has to be an upgrade for sure. Yeah.
So 2 security testing servers, that's a nice way to make 3 credits. There's not much you can res for 4 credits. That's a big problem. I think Bastion or Wall Static is the only thing that'll cost you real money.
Mm-hmm. So now we're figuring out which card is the new one and which is the old one. I'm gonna I'm gonna drive by the new card.
And that's another Ash.
That was another Ash down the drain. Drive by really doing a good job for me right now.
Drive by, yeah, really strong. And
right,
it's
yeah.
Sorry, no, I just think drive by it's awesome in a lot of matchups. It's not just like it helps in the Jinteki matchup. It helps in big upgrade matchups. It's awesome. Big fan.
So I'm going for the HQ now.
Okay.
Because he's low on money, so the Psy games really hurt him a lot. So spending 2 credits here right now was really painful for him.
Okay.
I spent 1 credit, I think.
So that was just a normal run, not even a siphon?
No, just making him spend the credits and running again on HQ. Oh no, that was just the third click. And what else? I'm just gonna get security testing.
Perfect. So you haven't hammered R&D at all. Do you have any R&D multi-access in the stack?
Oh no, actually remove the tag. I do have R&D, multi-access R&D interface.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, actually. I think the last one was security testing after all.
Credits, and now it's back to you.
So the last click was the tag removal. On the last turn, I think. All right. So anyway, this is a new turn already. I think he just got money. That's why it's so confusing.
He just clicked up for credits.
Yeah. All right. So this is another silencer, and I'm again poking the HQ. I'm making him use his all credits up for the Psy games.
So now a run on HQ through 13 credits of ice, 12 credits of ice is cost you nothing.
Yeah, that's true, but I do always get attack. I don't know if you remember this, but I won the Psy game now,
hey.
So I can trash the Caprice Nisei.
And no tag this time. You do get an access, and I expect that there is cards in there.
Nope. I'm using the beautiful dice ring I got from Elat from
nice.
New York. Really sweet.
I think you just put your hand down face up on the table. It happened a couple seconds ago. I think
sometimes I think that happens. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think you just showed the inside job, which is a bit cheeky. We'll see if that works.
So interestingly, he still has the ETH campaign in his server, and I'm still not running it because, again, I don't have the money for once. But also, I can tell that he doesn't have the money to res her at this point.
Well, he could.
So I'm not really in a hurry.
But if he does, then you trash it. I always like to trash Eve after it's rezzed, just so that Corp loses more money on it.
So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for him to res it, so I can then run it and trash it.
Right. So that's, I think, the easiest. Well, not the easiest. It's still not easy, but the way to beat food codes is to make sure that they keep their money down because they have very expensive ice, and all of their defensive upgrades are financially based.
That's true. Yeah. And it's you if you, but you have to you have to always make those calculations. If can I res an ETH campaign now? Can I res a Donor's campaign now? And then of course you have to get rid of the breakaway grids because they really throw this calculations of Kilter.
Yeah, entirely.
All right, so I'm doing a run on our archives here. That's security testing again, getting the monies up.
3 credits and a draw for 1 click is pretty good.
Pretty sweet. And of course, HQ is way open now. Doing a dirty laundry on R&D though.
Yeah, the blind dirty laundry is pretty safe for the entire suite.
I mean, he doesn't have too much money, and he will have to spend some money to stop me. It will give me money. I will probably break whatever there is because I have so many stealth credits. The worst thing he could res was something like an Eli.
Yeah, Eli is just annoying.
That's
Toll Booth.
That seems usually it seems pretty sweet, but Toll Booth for stealth is nothing. It's just one stealth credit, 1 and 4 normal credits.
Right, but you do have to pay the 3 credit on access, which...
Yeah, so 4 in total, 4 normal credits.
Okay, it looks like that's an NAPD.
Yep, that was an NAPD. I cannot score it. I could have scored it with stealth credits, but I want to preserve my stealth credits. Yes. And also, I didn't think about this.
Yeah, that's always an easy one to forget. Do you know if you're running power shutdown?
No.
Okay, because usually that toll booth becomes a liability.
You mean emergency shutdown?
Yeah, sorry, emergency shutdown.
Yeah, I don't have the space for this.
Okay.
So, but it's again for stealth, it's not a liability because
that's true.
It's very cheap to get through, and it was very expensive for him to res it. All right, running an HQ and getting basically for free inside. There's an Eli.
So that is an Eli, which is probably the worst ice in his deck to deal with financially.
Yeah, because that's actually not something that can be broken with my stealth credits. I have to use the regular credits for this, and that's often painful.
Mm-hmm. And Black Cat isn't actually that good of a card, I don't think.
Not that great. He just gets credits up to 4, but he's really struggling. So I'm security testing archives again.
So
actually, security testing archives and the remote server now.
Yeah, I think that remote server is probably really safe security testing.
So because when he rests something on this remote server, he won't be able to rest this ETH campaign again.
Yeah. We are 20 minutes in, 3 Jacksons down, or 2 Jacksons down, 1 back in, and nothing has been scored, which means HQ is going to get really clogged real soon.
I think he cycled a lot of agendas out early on. I think he was agenda flooded early on. That's why we haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, it's not like he does have a scoring window, but still, I think the late game is not going to look good for him.
Yeah, he hasn't attempted any score. He doesn't have any scoring server go up right now. He's really struggling financially. So I'm really dominating this game. I'm walking all over him.
So what do you do? I think some multi-access and RDI installed would be huge for you. Seeing 2 cards off R&D is a lock.
Yeah, I keep drawing cards with John Masanori, but they're not yielding anything. Oh, there we go. Account siphon.
Perfect. That's a siphon you need.
He's currently pretty high up on money again, so that's perfect opportunity to get rid of this.
So the first dice is not going to be res. That server is broken for, in theory, no credits if you wanted to.
Yeah, and then he res the pet campaign to put his credits in a server.
Right. And you're not going to siphon for 4 credits, are you?
No, I'm just going to get the access, and of course then I'm going to kill the ETH campaign.
So what does the dice ring tell you? The dice ring does ring true.
Yep, first agenda of this game, Exterior beta test.
So 2 points on the board. Testing. And now those sexy robots must go.
They have to go into 2 credits, probably not going to rest anything, and even if he does, I have the money to break it. So yeah, that was... that's an important thing to think about. Even if they can rest an ETH campaign, you should have an ability to trash it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, that's a very good counter to account siphon, where they just rest something and they don't have any money, and then you cannot trash the ETH campaign or something.
Even for the corp, though, that's always the right move. Just about. Yeah. It denies you money, and then you have to trash it as well.
That's true, yeah. I have to deal with this, but he was holding off this ETH campaign. I was waiting for him to res it, so I was relieved when he res it. Actually, there was no good move for the corporation at this point.
So maybe trashing that ETH campaign earlier would have made that siphon land, and actually might have been a better spot.
Yeah, but then I would have been financially.
Yeah, that's true.
Slowed down. All right, so secure testing the remote server and archives now.
Do you care to check that remote server? I doubt it's an agenda. If it is, it's going to be a big bluff, which could be cool.
He really doesn't have the money to score anything out.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. He has so little money, so he's always thinking about to rest that ice on archives, but he always decides not to. Because he's so low on money, and so I'm just benefiting from this. It's this is the best about stealth. It's the corporation is really disincentivized to rest up because the ice does nothing. Oh, that's great. Eli on the remote server.
Okay, so that's actually the taxing ice.
Yeah, that's something that will actually cost a lot.
Because Food Coats, in theory, is going to pair hard to break ice with defensive upgrades that disincentivize running more than once. But with the Stealth Suite, all that hard to break ice becomes trivial.
Yeah, except from, of course, the heavy barriers like Eli. So I'm actually using 4 credits to break this.
Yeah.
So this is a problematic thing. Even if I bounce now, I will have to spend the credit and 2 tokens to remove the tag. So I'm
Right.
actually encouraged to press on.
Now you are security testing that server, so you won't access that card.
Yeah, I did security testing. That's true. Yeah. So I spent this one stealth credit to break the Eli, and then 3 normal credits, which I get back again. So that's great.
Ooh,
And
inside
I-
job. Real smart, because you probably can't res that outside card. That's going to get you an NAPD.
Wow.
There
Two
you
agendas.
go. Yeah, those are where all the agendas were. What a
Yeah.
wonderful access.
Yeah, I got like RDI in between outs, so this was like 2 now. Well, this is an interesting card I play now. That's a Rolodex.
Oh, how's that going for you?
Pop quiz. Do you remember what it does?
Yeah, so you get to rearrange the top 5. But if it's trash, the top 3 also go with it.
Yeah. So you usually just stick hanging around forever, and this might be an incentive for the corporation to spend money when you float the tags.
Right.
But usually it's just I'm using like a precognition. It's doing really good job in this deck. I had like a free deck slot,
Okay.
and so I put this as a test just because I never played this card, and it's actually really good.
Do you do any good goofy combos with it, like Oracle May or
No,
Eureka?
it's just
no,
here
it's just to make your draw much better.
Yeah, it's like because with stealth, especially with stealth, you have so many copies of things that like you have 3 Desperados, for example.
Right.
So you can get into those like really vicious holes where you're just drawing cards you don't need. So having like a preview of the next cards gives you an idea what's coming up, and you can use special order to reshuffle the deck if the cards coming up are not actually helping you.
Interesting. Yeah, that seems actually pretty okay on paper.
It's better than I thought it would be.
Right.
It was just a test, but now it's actually part of my deck. Just having 1 or 2 is really great.
Yeah.
All right, so
Something new went into the remote. Yeah, you do have a sure gamble. Something new is in the remote. He did install over what was there before. Is an agenda. I doubt it. At 6 points, it's really hard to bluff like that. But maybe that's why the bluff is good.
I don't know what it was even. I haven't accessed it, right?
Yeah.
All right, running on HQ. I'm thinking agendas are piling up in HQ.
So
And,
let's see what the
dice
rank can
ring.
do.
Bam!
And NAPD.
NAPD.
Boom.
I have the money to score this, and this is game.
That's 8 points. Well done. That you really put Food Coats in a really bad position. With all those stealth breakers, what can the corporation do?
Yeah, that's also something I noticed. Like, if you can put if you can time the pressure really nicely, then corporation often feels like all the ice, the money investing their ice is doing nothing, so they can just as well not the rest the ice, which is perfect for me.
Yeah, that's just as good.
Well, if you think about this, like there was like a Turing. If you rest a Turing, it's just 1 stealth credit for me to break this, and they spent 4 credits.
Yeah. It could have been a bad opening to put the Turing on HQ. Probably it would go in the remote, which is only another credit added to that break, so not that big of a deal.
I love the Turings. I love the Turings because it's like, again, one stealth credit and 1 normal credit, and I get 1 credit back from my Desperado, so it's actually just 1 stealth credit to break it. And that's even a recurring credit, so...
This Stealth Andy actually might be a really good meta call based off of all the Food Coats and other high-strength ice that I've been seeing in NBN.
Yeah, the nice thing about Stealth Andy is that because of security testing, she benefits from like a asset-heavy meta.
Right. You can't float tags, though, but that's a different problem.
Well, against Food Coats you can. And
exactly.
So we're going to see now Guybrush using the stealth, not the stealth Andy, but an Andy himself.
Okay.
That he's been playing all this tournament. So we're going to see in the second game how he will control her Andy, a very different type of Andy. But also, 2 Andys at the top table. It's
Really
like
cool.
2014.
Hey, yeah, throwback. Bring out the data suckers. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, guys. So we're gonna leave you right there. Andrej, you are having a YouTube channel.
Yeah. I'm running a YouTube channel called the Metropole Grid, which covers the Netrunner meta in Montreal. That's where I'm from. It's maybe check it out. I'm not sure. It's a lot of fun. We have right now. We're doing some draft videos, but the competitive scene is starting back up in January. We have some good summer kits also coming out in the near future. Stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely. So where can people find this?
It's if you just search on Metropole Grid or youtube.com/c, I think it is /Metropole Grid. All right. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. And one of my favorite channels
thank you. Thanks,
of
Krystian.
Netrunner videos. Certainly, you put a lot of work into your videos, and it pays off, I think.
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys. So we're gonna leave you right there, and we're gonna, as always, hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet.
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
Hello? Oops. Sorry, I just belched in the microphone, but we've disconnected, so I thought I would have my privacy to belch into the microphone. You're going to have to listen to that at some point in the future. There's a problem with this call. Hold on, we're trying to get the call back. I still have internet connection, so I'm going to entirely put this on you.
This episode of Netrunner TeamworkCast was created with a generous support from our listeners. If you enjoy the show and you can't get enough Netrunner videos, please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/hacktheplanet.